The Do This podcast is part of the Win, Make, Give podcast network. Today, Chad Hyams and Brett Starke dive into navigating the complexities and benefits of promoting real estate using innovative strategies. Brett Starke is one of the stars of Lux Listings Toronto on Amazon Prime. He is a seasoned real estate broker and team leader and has been active in the industry since the mid-2000s. Brett shares his methods, including unsolicited CMAs and leveraging Google reviews for enhanced visibility. The episode highlights unconventional client engagement tactics, such as personalized experiences to boost loyalty and referrals. We hope you enjoy this episode of the Do This podcast, presented by Brivity.
Hey everybody, it's Chad here with the Do This for Brivity. Bob Stewart's on an airplane right now, so we could not get reliable Wi-Fi, and the person in the seat beside him did not want to be on the interview. So it's just me and my friend Brett. Brett just showed me just before we started. He jumped on about 14 seconds before we hit go. It's a snow day.
It's a snow day.
Brett, I grew up in Toronto. I want to hear you share your. I never, ever had a snow day, ever. We went to school anyway. It did not matter how big. I do not know what's different. I do not know why they have snow days now. Tell everybody where you are, how much snow you're having, and a little bit more about Brett so we can get into this.
Great. I'm also in Toronto.
Woo-hoo!
And check this out. This is how much snow there is right now happening today. The highways are closed. Everything's it's pretty heavy out there.
Brett, I never remembered a snow day ever. There was the plow. You always waited for the plow to go down the 401 before you got on it.
That's right.
But they never closed us. We had to get our ass to school still.
That's it.
I don't know. You got it. Toronto went soft, Brett. Toronto.
It might have went soft. It might have went soft.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little bit about me.
Wait. Property of. Are we going with the Leafs down there? Okay.
Canada soccer.
Canada soccer. Forget that. All right. Let's move on. Tell everybody a little bit about Brett.
Yeah. So my name is Brett. I'm the star of Lux Listings Toronto on Amazon Prime. Where we showcase the best of Toronto's real estate and the city itself globally across 200 countries around the world. I'm a team leader, a broker partner, and I've been on this amazing real estate journey since the mid 2000s. It's been beautiful. It's been really beautiful.
Love it. All right, so folks, you want to learn more about Toronto? Check out the videos that Brett's putting out there. We'll give you the link. We'll show you where you can find all that stuff. You got a referral across the border up there. Reach out to Brett. Him and his organization will take care of you up there. Brett, let's get right into this. You are featuring your city, which therefore makes you real estate experts, therefore makes you people that people want to learn about.
Yeah.
What platforms do you focus on? Tell everybody how they can make their city become the city thanks to the stuff that you guys do up there.
Yeah, no problem. That's a great way to start. So first thing you got to do is you got to believe in where you live. Where are you?
I don't believe. I'm down near Fort Lauderdale now, and it's temporary. So there's no belief for me down here.
South Florida. I like South Florida. Okay, so you got to believe in where you live. You got to believe in what you're selling, and no different than Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger. Make sure you're selling something that you would buy. Make sure it's a product that you believe in. And I think in the Canadian real estate market, like other markets in the US, it goes up, it goes down, it goes left, it goes right. Sometimes it does all at once. But at the end of the day, this is a great city and people move here. And there are a couple macro reasons why people move to Toronto. We have a great international airport. It's safe. There's a ton of economic opportunity. Politics is very middle of the ground here. It's just that and I believe in the city. I believe in the people. I believe in the economy. And of course it goes up and down, but as a whole, it's an amazing place. So that's number one is believe in where you are.
Okay. So folks, you've got to believe where you are.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're there for that reason. If you're not, you better get some belief in where you are. Otherwise, nothing's going to be authentic.
Exactly. I was living in Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada, and I was selling real estate there. It's a much smaller market than Toronto. And just to put it in perspective, in Ottawa, there's about 7,000 realtors at the peak. In Toronto last year, we had 79,000 realtors on our board. So it's this.
Does that matter to? I mean, someone who's I lived in Bellingham, Washington for a while, which was small, right? And half the agents were Ben Kinney's agents, but it was small. Can I still love and do for Toronto or for Bellingham in that situation, what you do for Toronto?
Absolutely. Okay. 100%. Right.
Okay. So we have to love where we live.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to love what we're selling. I heard you say.
For sure.
So talk a little bit about that.
You got to believe in what you're selling, right? If you're selling a product at a price per square foot that doesn't make any sense, that's going to weigh on you, right? You need to sell real inventory to real people. And that's not just real estate, that's across the board, right? You need to sell a real product that people need that's required. And that's the great thing about real estate is no matter what happens in the economy, I always say this, people move for people reasons. People aren't moving because they're trying to time the market. Some people are, right?
Yep,
but people are moving because they're getting engaged. They're getting
divorced.
They're having a kid. They're having another kid. They have financial challenges. They move for people reasons, right? And if we have a good place to put them, regardless of where they are, and this is the same in any city across Canada or the US, it's going to work out for you as long as you believe.
Okay. So we have to love where we live. We have to believe in what we're selling.
Yeah.
Once I've got those things down, I mean, and folks, if you don't love where you live, find something you love about it. There are things that you'll love about where there's a restaurant you love, start there. There's a park you love, start there. Okay. So I love where I live. I believe in what I'm selling, whether it's real estate for who we're talking to, or it could be cars. It could be, snow skis. I mean, who knows what I'm selling.
Yep.
What would be the next steps now that I got those two things checked? Where am I going? How am I doing this?
Yeah, great question. And again, I'm real estate focused, so I always speak in terms of real estate. But you need systems. Your business is just a collection of systems and relationships that you put into those systems, whatever you're selling. That's the truth of it. We use Brivity, of course, as our CRM. In the past, we were using Follow Up Boss. I think a lot of people in the industry switched over from Follow Up Boss to Brivity at one point. I just found that I don't know how long people have been in the industry. They're on this call, but I started with Top Producer. Right.
Okay, so you've been around a while because I started with Top Producer.
Yeah, and moved up with the tech. And it's important to stay relevant and have systems that work in today's world. And I think the most important thing today, and this is coming from a guy that has a TV show that showed around the world on Amazon Prime, that's not what's going to get you business. What's going to get you business is your relationships that you're plugging into a system. And that system needs to be based on touch points, on value, and it has to be predictable, and it needs to be replicatable. So think of a great restaurant, for example. If the service, we love the Keg up here in Toronto, right? We do. Okay, it's the most consistent restaurant. Is it the most expensive? No, but it's the most consistent. You know what you're going to get every single time.
Okay. I'm just laughing at the Keg reference. And if you live north of the border, you get the Keg reference. And hi, Lily, in Ottawa, go Leafs, just to be clear for people in the Ottawa area. Okay, so you're right. Nobody's going to call you just because they saw you on TV. My wife loves watching HGTV, and I've never called any of those realtors.
They might call you, Chad, but they're going to call to talk about your experience on the show.
Okay, good point, right? Good point.
It's a good conversation starter when you're walking in the park with your dog, or you're at the car wash, or whatever it is.
It's great when you're on a listing presentation too, to be able to use it as a piece, right?
But it's just bragging rights. That's all it is. It's not the end all be all. What the end all be all is what we call our lifetime referral system, our LRS.
Talk about it.
Okay, 24 to 36 touch points a year with your clients. Items of value. So not, hey, Chad, did you see the news? There's a traffic jam. That's not an item of value, right?
Okay.
An item of value is, and a great one, is the Brivity market report.
Yep.
Here's specifically what's happening in your neighborhood. Here's specifically what's happening on your street. Here's specifically what's happening in your building. Here's your months of inventory. Here's your days on market. Here's your average price point. That's an item of value.
And the beautiful thing about that, Brett, is it's automated, right?
That's
You do
right.
it once. How often are you sending it? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it every week? How often do you send it?
Question. It really depends on the client for me.
Okay.
If I have someone who even if I just sold them a place, for example, I'm going to put them on a market report,
Yep.
but it's going to be once a month. And I'm not saying, hey, I'm trying to sell your place again. I'm saying, hey, welcome to the new neighborhood. Let's keep an eye on what happens in the neighborhood so you can be an expert when you're at the next PTA meeting or you're walking your dog. You can be the neighborhood expert, right? So, and then if someone's a prospect where, I'm getting more serious with them, it's going to be every 2 weeks. Now, if I have an active listing on Monday, they're going to get an automatic market report from me, whether it's good or bad, because it's giving objective data.
Yep.
And if I need, for example, a price change, that product's going to help me get the price change.
Got
I
it.
can see when they look at it, they're getting real facts. It's not feelings. It's what's happening, and it's just another one of those pieces of value that we can add. Better than the standard agent newsletter, which is just talking about how great you are and how much you've sold. Your clients don't care. They care what you can do for them.
That's a great point, Brett. I'm so glad you brought that up. How often our touch points are brag on me, instead of here's value for you. So just to recap what I heard, just for our audience to catch, is you've got them on a market report monthly. If they've raised their hand, then you might move them up to every other week. And if they are actually an active listing, you're going to move them to weekly because you want that data coming to them regularly so you can use it for them or against them when you need to.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's 12 of your touches.
Right there.
And you're telling me 24 to 36 touches get done over the course of the year.
Yeah.
Give us the one super special touch that brings value that others aren't thinking about that we should rip off and duplicate from you.
Okay, 100%. What you got to do is, so our team pillars are community, accountability, and charity.
Okay.
So first thing first, we need to be an outstanding member of our community. We need to be accountable to ourselves and to our clients. And the third is charity. We throw a banger charity Christmas party every year. We just finished I can't remember if it was our 7th one or our 8th one. And we've partnered with a local charity we call JA, Junior Achievement.
I remember being a member of it when I lived in Toronto.
That's right. So not only does my team members teach JA, we teach financial literacy and entrepreneurship to high school students. These kids actually come into our office. But the amazing thing is the community now associates us with financial literacy, with entrepreneurship, and it's been an amazing journey. That touch point of the Christmas party, you get the initial invite.
Yep.
You get the personal invite.
Okay.
You get the reminder.
Yep.
You get the Christmas party itself.
Yep.
You get the thank you for coming to the Christmas party.
Yep.
You get the video of what happened at the Christmas party. And then you get the yearly recap. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, folks, here's what I want you to see. He just gave you 7 touches. I'm taking one of them away from you. I think it was this one as you kind of went through it. Maybe it was that one. I don't know which one it was. It was the party itself.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't come to the party, there's still a whole bunch of touches that Brett was giving, from the invite to the personal invite to the reminder, we hope you come, to the follow-up of sorry we missed you.
Yeah.
To the video and to the yearly recap. There's 6 touches even if they don't come to the party.
It gets even better than this. So we've been doing it for a long time, but we didn't start big. It started as we called it a micro event. And then it just grew and grew and grew. And what happens is your mortgage brokers, your lawyers, your insurance brokers, like your title reps in the US, all of your partners, they're going to come to you and they're going to want to sponsor your event because it's putting them in front of new clients and it's associating them with charity. That's a tax write-off, at least here in Canada.
Yeah,
right?
Here too.
So this entire event, I just brought 350 people to a brand new supper club in Toronto. I had the Minister of Mining and Resources come give a speech, right, about how we're doing great things in the community. He's our provincial member of parliament. And it cost me a grand total, all in, of $400. It's a no-brainer.
Because everybody else paid for it. You only had to put out $400.
It's all sponsored.
Yeah.
And by the way, that $400 was paying for, we had a fashion show come through the middle. It was just paying for the people there, their parking.
There you go. I mean, brilliant. Now, I'm going to challenge you a little bit more. I'm huge on the touch. I'm huge on mind share with people, which is what you're doing. You told us it's 24 to 36-ish touches a year. I know it, right? When you give me a range, I know it's kind of all over the place. We know 12 of them right there. You just listed another 7 of them, yet those 7 are really heavy November, December.
That's right. That's right.
How do you make sure you're staying top of mind in June, July, and the other times of the year?
So I don't know about your market, but our busiest times are our spring market and our fall market. Those are our hot times. So
spring for us, fall sucks when they go back to school.
Oh, does it? Okay, so we're a little different. Our summer's slow. People take advantage of our 2 nice months of weather and they're out of here. So I like to do what I call a 1-question survey. Have you heard of this concept?
No, I'm very intrigued.
Yeah. Here's the question. Do you plan to move this year? Yes or no? And what do? You say, answer this question for a chance to win a Home Depot gift card. So when they click on it, if it says yes, it says in the next 1 to 3 months, in the next 3 to 6 months, or in the next 6 to 12 months. Guess who wins the gift card?
Someone in those 0 to 3 months.
Everybody who's in the 0 to 3 months wins the gift card.
Everybody wins.
Right? So right off the bat, you have that. And then you have a bonus question. Oh, sorry, we said it was a 1-question survey. Bonus question. Is your mortgage renewing this year? And are you happy with your rate? Or would you like us to introduce you to our mortgage partner? Now all of a sudden you're generating.
Guess who just paid for the Home Depot cards, right?
You got it.
I love you. God, we're going to get along really well. Okay. That is brilliant that everybody wins in the 0 to 3, and a brilliant way to, of course, have someone else help you pay for it. Folks, I've done the 1 question. I didn't know it that way. I've done the 1 question. I've coached people to the 1 question. I never thought to actually just say, give a prize to everybody in the 0 to 3 months. I always just said, just choose from the 0 to 3 month people to make sure, but you just give it to everybody.
Yeah. And then we love to do an unsolicited CMA. We started doing it during COVID. We called it your health check.
Oh, smart.
Okay. Your home health check. The unsolicited CMAs, they work. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how many people use the Brivity CMA tool. It's so easy. It literally, it's going to take
It's as easy as the market report.
It's going to take you max 2.5, 3 minutes to get that CMA out. And you're going to get notified when your clients look at it. And then you give them a call. You say, oh, Chad, you know what? I just wanted to give you a call. Just how's it going? Brett, I can't believe you just called me right now. I was actually just looking at your market report.
Yeah, right. The things that Brivity allows that folks you should be using against them without them knowing. Absolutely. But Brett, you were on my mind today. I wanted to call you. Oh, amazing. I was on your website this morning, right? It's like, ding, right? Okay.
Yeah. So let me tell you about 2 more systems we use that I think are pretty good.
Okay.
So I know that Brivity has a day in the life of Brivity. I personally just started doing that. We had a call with Bob. He came in and coached our team, which was fantastic. Bob Stewart. Yep. And I just started using that. Before we use that, to make it so simple for my agents, I say on Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning. So I always start my team's days at 10:30, crack of dawn. Okay.
Sunrise is a little later in Canada, folks.
Yeah, you know what it is? The reality is we have to work in the evenings. That's when people want to see properties. That's when people want their phone calls returned. Yep. So I'm not one of these 5 a.m. guys, because if I was, I'd be working from 5 a.m. till 10 p.m. And I don't think that's logical. So I work out in the morning. I have my morning routine. It's nice. It's chill. It's relaxed. Okay. At 10:30, that's when I start going to work. And my team and my clients know that now. because I've been doing it for years and it's amazing. But
hang on, that folks right there, you don't have to live someone else's schedule.
that's right.
Brett has said, no, this is how I'm going to do it. I've been doing it for years, and people are going to know if they call him at 9 o'clock, they're not getting him. He's in his routine. It's amazing. Bob and I just recorded an episode on this topic for the Win, Make, Give podcast yesterday. It'll probably drop in a week or 3. We were just talking about you don't have to be I wake up at 4:30 because that's what social media tells me I have to do. Love you brought that up, Brett.
Yeah, it's not me. I work out at 9:30. Right?
Okay.
So
you get everybody in the office 10:30.
10:30, and here's what we do. On Tuesdays, we look at our pipeline and our active deals. So every week you're refamiliarizing yourself with your pipeline, because a lot of people put something in their pipeline and then they forget they even had a pipeline. They look at it, in December when they're building their January business plan. They say, "Oh, you know what? I actually forgot about 123 Main Street there. I wonder what happened to it." And you go and look, and it was on the market and it sold.
Yep.
Right. So this way, you're at least refamiliarizing yourself with your pipeline once a week, and you're looking at your active deals once a week. We use our active tab slightly different. It's our active buyers and our active listings.
Okay.
So if we're showing someone property, they're an active client.
Yep.
If their place is currently listed, it's active.
Okay.
It's that simple. This I do it with my admin. We jump on a Google Meet or in person, depending on the mood of the day, and we just go through it. It takes no longer than half an hour to get entirely caught up, and then you have your tasks laid out for the day. Okay. On Wednesdays, it's equally as simple. We go over our new and hot list just to make sure that nothing fell through the cracks from the previous week. Sometimes you send a text when you're doing your prospecting and then you go do something else and then they actually write you back.
Yep.
That's the time you see it. Right. That's when you're looking like, oh, you know what? This person did view the market report. Let's give them a call. And then again, it allows me to set up my day, and it's that simple.
You've basically taken a day in the life of Brivity and turned it into a week in the life.
That's right.
Tuesday we do this, Wednesday we do this, and
that's exactly what it is. So instead of here's every day, which is, it's hard for me to get the agents to do that. But I can say, hey, on a weekly basis, check your database. So we call it our SOEs, our standard of excellence.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. You and I could probably have this conversation for about 2 hours, yet I only have about 7 minutes left. Google reviews. Yep. They're as big a north of the border as they are south of the border. People talk about Google reviews all the time. Let's talk about Google reviews and how you use them to continue to grow business.
Yeah, that's a great question. So I was down at a Tom Ferry conference during COVID in Dallas, and he was talking about how Google Local Pack was just coming to the US, and it was giving that little 3-pack that you guys are used to seeing now over the last couple of years. Whenever you type in any service that's based on someone you would work with, based on your browsing habits, who you are, where you live, that just dropped in Canada for any Canadians on this call in December this past year.
You guys are way behind.
Way behind. We knew it was coming. So we started smashing out our Google reviews. We just hit our 300th Google review.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And now what's happened is a lot of the time when people are typing in best realtor in Toronto or whatever, 123 Main Street, it's pulling them to our website because of those Google reviews. We're showing in that top 3. And when people are typing stuff in, it's there. It's not all the time. It's not for every client. It's based on their preferences, who they are. But what's happening is we're generally speaking on the first or second page when people are searching realtors in Toronto. Now, how we got so many Google reviews was the most simple concept in the world.
Okay.
We love to run contests at our
Clearly.
team. And often we run a Google review contest. So we'll flip it. We'll say, hey, this month is men versus women. The month after that is the experienced agents versus the inexperienced agents. We always keep changing it. Sometimes we do like the schoolyard. We pick teams. There's a draft. And we often do a Google review contest because we know that one Google review really affects the whole team positively. So we have a woman on our team. Her name is Vladlena. And one of her Google reviews says, Vladlena is the best realtor in Toronto. So now, often, when people Google best realtor in Toronto, that Google review shows up with her name, but it benefits the whole team. So we were always told that Google reviews are not equal. So at the bottom level is just a 5-star. Well, I guess the bottom level will be a 1-star, but the bottom level that we're going after is a 5-star. Then above that is the person's name, what city they helped you in, and how they helped you. That's the next level. And then what Google really prioritizes is if you have pictures.
Right.
Those ones always show up first.
Yep.
Right? So that's what we're trying to get now. So I incentivize the team with a contest. They get more points if they get a Google review with pictures. And the most points they can get is if they get that amazing Google review with pictures, plus they use our referral dialogue to ask for a referral from that client.
There you go. And you're doing a contest within the team to get them out there going and getting those Google reviews, which benefit them and the team at the same time.
That's right.
Okay. Folks, here's something I want you to know. Google reviews, key, right? They used to just be nice little things to get these little stars. Google reviews are key because how many people ask Google where they should go to get the business or who they should talk to? Google's going to look at itself first and say, what do these people say on our website?
Yeah.
Get people giving you reviews and respond to every single review, even if it's just, thanks, Brett, for giving your feedback, right? Or we loved working with you too. It doesn't have to be long, and don't get into a fight with the troll who gave you the 1-star. Just state something clearly, logically, accept the blame for it, whatever you have to do so other people can see you as a good realtor in the situation. Don't argue through Google reviews.
That's right. The other thing too that's really nice with Google reviews is they're now getting baked into Gemini.
Yes.
And I find that ChatGPT called that code red last month or 2 months ago, losing market share because Gemini is beating them in a number of markers. And I find that a lot of people are starting to use Gemini more, especially because it's baked into the Google search bar.
Exactly.
Your Google reviews are really going to help you there. So
absolutely, they are.
2 listing appointments in the last, I would say, 45 days where they found us through AI. That's a whole new section we never even thought of before.
Yeah, it's the new search algorithm, folks. People aren't going to Google anymore. They're going to Gemini in Google, or they're going to ChatGPT and they're asking. You should go into your own ChatGPT or Gemini account and say, how do I rank higher when people are searching you for me? And go do the steps. It'll tell you, go connect this account, go connect that website because I see things like this. Go get reviews is one of the things it's going to tell you to do. Brett, brilliant stuff. And we've only scratched the surface, right? There's still ice under all that snow. We only scratch. Give me 1 minute. That's all we've got left. Just give me 1 minute of something you either want to talk about that we didn't touch or something you want to reiterate that you already did.
Okay. So one more thing in 1 minute. We run a system called DTU, Deliver the Unexpected. It comes from a real estate trainer in Canada called Richard Robbins, and it also comes from a book called Unreasonable Hospitality, which is
great book, folks. If you haven't read it, go get it.
So we've systemized, we call them those DTU moments, right into our team. So instead of going after more sales, now we're going after the DTU behind the sale, and it incredibly changes the culture. And again, it's going to make you way more referable.
Give me an example of one before we shut this down.
So an example is, instead of saying, hey, let's go for, here's your bottle of champagne for a closing gift. It's like, hey, you guys are Croatian clients of mine. And, I know that you're pretty frugal. You don't like to spend your own money on food. I'm going to take you to the top Croatian restaurant in Toronto. I want you to bring your grandparents. You come, anyone you want. It's all on me. Right? It's going to cost me slightly more than that bottle of champagne, but now they have that memory. We have those photos. And that's the story that they're going to tell people when they say, hey, is there a realtor we should use?
There you go. Folks, I'll give you one right here. Same path, just a nice little twist to it. Find one of those in-home chefs and do it in their own kitchen, in their own dining room. Let them invite a dining room full of people and have a chef show up in their new house cooking an amazing dinner. You'll create an experience that nobody planned for and they'll never, ever forget. Brett, I'm not forgetting this call. You created an experience for me today and got to give me a window shot of what it's like up in Toronto right now, which reminds me why I love Florida, where I currently live. Thanks for joining us today, Brett. Guys, Bob will be back next week, assuming the plane comes back from wherever it was he went. We'll see you then, gang.